Because they still rest 50% of that, and they just don't have a midnight service. They're not, they're low energy and they sort of have it. We've done.
Laura, we had you sitting right over there.
Like Jack, I'm
I'm getting ready to turn the mics on. We're not going live yet. They take a second.
Like, well, we need to right there. Says my mom, still virgin, it's the time. Honest to God.
So, Veritas Bank, or Veritex Bank.
Yeah, yeah, that's just, I was telling Kirk here, how are you? Sitting in the chair for the all tournaments that we're talking about. So it's having to have,
I was looking at the. Last. Big thing.
yeah, it's right, they've been growing, so. Yeah, they're-
You said Scott is turning, right? Yes, he said last night he was going to be here.
it goes. You know, so I.
We can wait, right?
So I'm on a little broke.
We just can't start before the, right, okay, all right.
Got 6 or 7.
I'm on high schools. Hi, I'm Laura. Laura, you look really familiar.
Yes.
I did.
That's right. We're the newbies. I'm Jan.
Chad.
Laura. Nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you.
When we get through all the meetings order and the pledge, I'm gonna stop and go around and let everybody introduce themselves. Can we do the oath of office and stuff for? Oh. I have it on the script. Okay. You do? I can see. Where? Oh, it's right here after presentations. You need to move it up? I need to move it up, don't I? No, we need to, it's down here, right, we're on here. No, I wait, no. Somebody might come in here and. Wow, this was fun. You don't want me to move it up? You want to move it up, move it up. I will move it up, okay, would you know? Probably. You move it right up. Yeah. And staff will be introducing ourselves. That's good. Yeah. So what part of town we all live in? I live right over here, Green and Greenex in the cul-de-sac there. Okay. So white house with only black shutters and black that's. Okay. Okay. How about you, Chad?
I'm on Country Court. Right, that's the S turn.
Okay.
Former Kentucky, Missouri
Yeah,
guy that was got that big horse farm there.
yeah.
He's outfield at the end of the year.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Worked out with you first and.
Oh, that's right, I did hear about that. Something. I'm glad you guys got property tax. Hmm. How about you? I'm sorry.
Jan, yeah. I'm over just down the road off of Macon and Barrington Hills.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's
So
the tree.
she live over there in the Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, or she's the tree.
She's the tree.
I'm the dream.
Oh.
Tree. That's fun. Yeah, we enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I was talking to Chad too. I mean,
My grandkids love that tree. Like God says, girl, are we gonna go see a tree? It's like, I guess we are.
you'll have to let me know when you
Oh.
have when you want to come sleep and we'll do something under the tree. This last year we did a horse-drawn wagon sort of thing. Really, parties and invited the neighbors, everybody around. And y'all were all welcome.
That tree is gorgeous.
We're gonna do it again this year.
Yeah, but we'll take them on that.
Bring the kids, whatever.
Christmas is big for us.
Remember that Mike's were live now, so if you go to like a thing,
Oh,
when is the tree being lit? Cause we get those calls.
not sure. We haven't scheduled it yet, but it'll probably be the first week, the week prior to Thanksgiving at least, because Thanksgiving is the deadline.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. You get a lot of those calls from a lot of people in Texas, not just in the surrounding areas.
That's something.
My sisters are from the Galveston area, and they're like, we heard there's a tree we need to go see.
Texas Monthly did a little thing on it once, maybe that's how folks know so much about it.
It's been on a couple shows too, I've seen. Yeah.
It's, yeah, that's beautiful.
It's
Someday I'm
not-
gonna have trees. Right now, they're just like.
Go grow. That's a good thing about you.
All right, time being 6:03, let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. And if y'all would, please join me for the pledge of allegiance to the United States. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, now we're just gonna take a minute and start with Shannon. And we'll go around and everybody just introduce yourself because we have a lot of new volunteers.
I'm Shannon Montgomery. I've met most of you. Tonight I met you guys in person, but you've seen a lot of my emails. I'm the town secretary. I've been here since June of 23. And I have to tell you, I'm not just saying this is my favorite place to work. Council's great. All the volunteers have been very welcoming and very supportive of staff, and thank you for that. I have been a municipal employee for 25 years. I've been a town secretary since 2011. I'm just very happy to be here, and I will be your point of contact, me and Kirk. If you have anything, please feel free to reach out to us, but we will be here to help you. I do, as you see, BCDC, I do the agendas and packets for BCDC, planning and zoning and council. I'm the council liaison with residents and whatnot, and I also do human resources and our finance.
Busy first.
Yes. She has a lot of hats, HR, finance, everything.
We're lucky to have you.
Yes, we are very.
We're very lucky to have you as well, and thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this next year.
All right, Chief.
Yes, first of all, thanks for volunteering. We know that it's important to start doing these kind of things and new, several new board members, which is always a good thing. You can shake it up, get some new ideas. Kirk Riggs, I've been here since February of 23, 24, sorry. Been doing law enforcement for 47 years, coming January, municipal government. Came here as the chief, started in Dublin, Texas, 7-man department, so I made my rounds back to another 7-man department, but went to Farmers Branch, was there for 25 years. Retired there in 06 as deputy chief over support services, took assistant chief job in Rockwall. And then was chief over there for 5 years and decided I was ready to do something different, I thought, and was retired again for 3 months. Got bored, took an interim job down in Houston area, Jersey Village, a 32-man department. And then thought I was gonna retire again. That's all this. So I love what I do. I love law enforcement. This was not my idea, becoming town administrator. Not my plan in life, let's put it that way, but when
But he
the,
stepped up, I mean, he needed to, so thank you very much.
yes, yeah, so I stepped into that and then did acting, and they appointed me permanent back in March. So if you need anything on the law enforcement side or administrative side, please contact us. But thanks again.
Emergency hats.
We were a couple.
We have, I want to say 3.5 because he's half town administrator, but we have 3 full-time administration. It's me, Sherry Worth, she's our permit technician, office manager type thing, and then we have Andrea Carpenter, she's our municipal court clerk, and then we have the 6.5 full-time officers.
Yes, we have a
10.
lieutenant, myself, and 5 officers, and more 4. Got a great crew, very, with a lot of experience, 26 years on, one of the officers came from the captain out of Bedford. And just hired a sergeant, that was a sergeant in Bedford, he was at 00. Lieutenant has 15 years on the job. Wilder has 33 years, so we have a lot of experience, which is good, but got a really good crew. And she does an excellent job. She really does, all of it, we have. So that's it.
I have a question for you, Kurt. You said Dublin, Texas. Dr. Pepper?
I caught a young kid coming out of Dr. Pepper with 24 case of Dr. Pepper when I was at policeman there, yes. I started there this January '79, I was there 2 years, yeah, small little town, yeah.
I'm Jan Dethridge, been in Martinsville for 20 years now. I come from the world of advertising marketing. And it was really nice to move out here from the city in Dallas. And I've lived other places in Chicago, in Houston, Dallas, and originally from Dallas, born and raised. And this has been an interesting little 20 years here. I really enjoyed the whole camaraderie and the friendly environment. You know, in Dallas, I don't even recognize it anymore, you know, I get lost in places that I used to know like the back of my hand, so it's all very, very different, but I like being out here, it's been really wonderful 20 years. So I look forward, hopefully, well, if I'll make 20 more, but I'll try my best anyway. I'm sure you.
Never.
I'm sure. I'm looking forward to learning a whole lot more about how all this works. I've always thought, you know, how do they figure this stuff out? You know, where do these people, you know, where do they learn about who's doing what, and where do you go, and how does it work? So I'm an inquisitive person, so I may ask questions.
Good. Okay, Laura.
What about you?
Oh, I was gonna come to me last because I want to answer one of her questions.
Oh, okay. Laura Carbosh Smith, quickly approaching 26 years in Martinville. Yeah, grew up in Wisconsin. Background is, starting in horticulture. My mother had, 7 acres of greenhouses, flower shop, nursery and garden center. This was in my blood, they're not. And I went into business development, worked for Anheuser-Busch for a while and, landed in a wonderful position, working on beverage development. And we had our hands in just about everything in North America. Retired, oh God, it's been 15 years. My husband's retired. And we actually been rescuing deaf Dalmatians for over 31 years. Yeah, so it's 2 acres really helps, especially when you've got concrete around your property, they can't dig in, they can't dig out, we love that. Other than that, we love this community, we love Bartonville, and I can't imagine living anywhere else for the rest of my life, I just can't.
Well, thank you. Laura.
Laura Pittman, I've been in Bartonville for 22 years. Came from Louisville originally, I'm from Galveston Island, Rhode Island. Met my husband on a blind date, we shortly afterwards got married and he was already here, so I moved here and like I said, we lived in Louisville. We raised 2 children in Green Oaks, so it's been just a great place to raise our family and we have we're an independent rep in the swimming pool industry and I kind of am the jack of all trades. You know, I do everything from HR to finance to everything else in our little company. So along with, you know, being the PTA president and district club president for my kids and for mom and, you know, anything they could rope me into, they would rope me into. So it's been good. My kids are now, my daughter is a 20 almost 26-year-old. She'll be 26 next week and she works at Cook Children's in the pediatric ICU. She's a pediatric nurse and my son is a senior. He's almost off my payroll. At Oklahoma State, he's in the aviation department. Okay, so he's we're almost done. I'm counting the months.
So you get your pay raise.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you. Chad?
Chad Carlson, been a resident of Bartonville just over 5 years now. Brought our family out here, just in search of space, right? In search of kind of the beauty and the peace that comes with Bartonville. I don't think I knew this existed, by trade. I'm a realtor, a small local, boutique brokerage. But I had no idea this was here and stumbled on it, you know, in my day-to-day journey. And I told my wife, I said, we gotta find a way to get out here. And luckily enough, was able to find something here and we've got a great little home on 5 acres that my 3 daughters grew up at, 8, 10, and 13. They absolutely just love it. Farm life, you know, we've got the cows and the chickens and we got some yaks, donkeys and all the things. And so it's just been a great adventure for us to just maintain a life that I grew up in, right? The world is growing so fast and changing so fast, to the detriment, I think, of our children. So my wife and I really made a decision that we want to slow things down, and kind of get back to our roots. And Bartonville is just, it's been able to do that. I mean, what a special place. Tucks, what feels like in the middle of the outskirts, but I mean, 20 minutes here at the airport, 5 minutes to a major grocery store. Kind of have, excuse me, everything you need within a close range. But as you drive into the town limits, it just takes you back 50 years.
Right.
It takes you into the winding country roads, and it's just, it's an amazing place, and we're very blessed to be a part of the town, so.
Well, thank you for volunteering too. So I'm Brenda Latham. I moved to Bartonville in 2017. And this was, mine and my ex-husband's dream. And we are from Louisville, born and raised. I can remember when it had dirt roads. And I knew I never wanted to live in another town, managed on the coast. I never wanted to be houses on houses. I never wanted as many apartment complexes as you could cram into one space. And so we literally tripped over a for sale sign when we were out driving around one day, and I called them an offer, and I really didn't expect them to take it, and they did. So that's how we got them. Been on the board for several years now, I don't know. But wanted to answer one of your questions, and that was, I'm so excited that you have my background. I'm super excited, and I'm super excited that you have a plans. I'm super excited that you're jack of all trades too. And I am also a realtor part-time. And I'm a project manager for cyber information security officer for a global bank. And that I also do real estate for fun, and then I own my own business. But the whole purpose of the Bartonville Community Development Corporation is to support our town. And we support our businesses, so we can support our businesses by, we get a very small percentage of the sales tax, and that's what makes up our budget. And we can use those funds for marketing for those businesses. We can use those funds for, different events, festivals, like, I don't think we do Night Out. I think the city council does that, but we do the Christmas decorations for the town. We do,
The beautification of the.
beautification of the, let me tell you this, in case y'all know. I did not know this. So if anyone ever tells you to go to downtown Bartonville, it's where the horse statues are. That corner, that's downtown Bartonville.
That's downtown.
You didn't know.
I did not.
So if anybody tells you to go there, that's where you're going.
Great.
But we are responsible for, all the landscaping and everything of downtown Bartonville. We also polish the horses every couple of years. But the biggest thing is to support our businesses and the image that Bartonville has. So, it's sometimes it's conflicting for me, because I don't really want anybody to know where Bartonville is. Cause, everybody's like, where's Bartonville? I was like, I don't like it the way it is, but, I love this committee because we are able to support, our town and leadership, as well as our businesses that help provide our sales tax. So, that's why we're here. And I think that's it, but I really appreciate y'all volunteering, because a lot of people are like, I'm gonna do that, but this is where all the cool people hang out. So if y'all were wondering,
Obviously.
now, right, so because we're here. And again, Shannon and Chief do a tremendous job. And they're gonna give us an update here in a minute on a project that we started, and they just picked it up and ran with it when some of our people had to go to other things, but. So, next on our agenda is public participation, and we have none. Then we have a presentation of our new members, Shannon is going to administer your oaths.
We have 2 items that we need to do, a statement of appointed official and then also your oath of office. So I'm gonna ask Directors Dethridge, Pittman and Carlson to step up, please. Stand up, I'm sorry. And we are going to start with the statement of elected / appointed officer that's in front of you. And if you just raise your right hand and repeat after me, I'm gonna go line by line so you follow along with me. I state your name, do solemnly swear, and that I have not directly or indirectly paid
I, Chad Carlson, do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid
I, Laura Pittman, do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid
I, Jan Dethridge, do solemnly swear that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, so on and so forth. Do I need to finish the whole?
I was going line by line, but if you want to finish, then we'll.
Okay, then we can start back up. Contribute or promise to contribute any money or thing of value, or promise to any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be, so help me.
Chad,
offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, promised to any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be, so help me God.
thank you.
offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whatever the case may be, so help me God.
Thank you. Now we're gonna go on to the next one, and I get to follow around. If Dan, you wanna start, those out of the office?
I, Jane Dethridge, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Bartonville Community Development Corporation Director for the town of Bartonville, Texas, and will do the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, and the ordinance of the town of Bartonville, Texas, so help me God.
I, Chad Carlson, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Bartonville Community Development Corporation Director for the town of Bartonville, Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of this state, and the ordinance of the town of Bartonville, Texas, so help me God.
Thank you.
I, Laura Pittman, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of the Bartonville Community Development Corporation Director for the town of Bartonville, Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of this state and the ordinances of the town of Bartonville, Texas, so help me God.
Thank you all, and again, thank you so much for your volunteering, and please find your page and then just pass them around, or I can catch up with them.
All right, now y'all are official. Okay, so we're gonna give you your to-do list, I'm just kidding. All right, appointment of officers. So, we literally, as a team, will nominate a chair, a board chair and a vice chair. That's all, right? Yeah. And then we all vote on it. So, Chad, suggestions for chair and vice chair?
Is there anyone that would like the role? Is that something we can ask? or-
You can't ask that. I wouldn't mind being the chair since we have a lot of newbies.
I agree with that.
And recommend Brenda as for chair.
Okay, so now someone makes a second to Chad.
A second.
We have a second. Now all in favor? I don't wanna vote because my name's good night.
Aye.
Thank you.
Now we need to have a vice chair that can fill in. Anyone go? It's not hard, I promise. Okay. I nominate Chad Carlson as vice chair. Do I have a second? Okay, we have a second by Laura. All in favor?
Sorry, which Laura?
Oh,
Thank you.
it's your last name. Pittman. Or Pittman, that's for you. Okay, so I nominated Chad. Laura Pittman seconded, all in favor?
I,
That's unanimous. Look at us go.
Thank you.
Okay, I told you so. Regular items, we're gonna consider approval of the July 16th, 2025 Bartonville Community Development Corporation regular meeting minutes. Y'all received that in your packet. Does anybody have any questions?
And all of you are able to, make a motion, second, or vote on this. Obviously, Chair Latham is the only one was at the last meeting, Kabosh Smith was there too. They can attest to the accuracy, but if you have, spelling, grammar, anything like that, you're more than welcome to pull those out as well.
So I have reviewed them and I did not see any issues with them. Did anybody have any questions or issues? No. Okay, I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the July 16th meeting.
A second.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor? That's unanimous for Shannon. Okay. Now we need to discuss and consider proposals for our Christmas lights at the corner of 407 and Macon, also known as Old Town. Can I talk about it?
I'm so done.
And it took me a while to learn that as well too. I did reach out to our Premier Lighting that has done it for the last several years, and unfortunately my email went into spam, so he didn't have a lot of time to research, but he did send me an email. And it gave us a couple of options that we can do, is we told him that we kind of wanted to get away from the sleigh over there because it's not lighted. All the problems and the concerns that we've had, that we have not had enough lights up there in the front. So he was saying that he could put more lights around the trees behind the monument. And we also want to make sure that he does the wreaths. We've heard a lot of comments that people like the wreaths around the horses. So we want to put those back as well. And then the gift boxes in front of the horses that he had. But what I'm really wanting to get from you tonight, if that's okay, and not to exceed limit. And that way I can work with him that we can get, since this is so late in the year, and we usually have this done a couple months ago because everybody's trying to decide. And Chief, I'm sorry, I still call him Chief, even though he's kind of Mr. He and I were talking, and we have a marketing budget of 14,000 for this year. And with the BCDC, we're allowed to spend 10% of our revenue coming in, and we're projecting 120. So, and that's 12, but at the last meeting, the consensus of the board was to increase it to 14. So we have 14,000 for marketing this year, because we were able to take from past years that we didn't spend the entire amount. And put that towards lights. If we put the full 14,000 towards lights, we would not be able to do 2 small projects that we normally do. And that is, we put a list of all of our businesses in the Gazette. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the full name of the
Frost Timber.
Frost
Gazette. And we do that in in November and December. But since we're just doing the marketing magazine, and I'll give you an update on that on the future agenda item, maybe we can pass those this year and do a little bit more lights, because the last couple of years that corner has been a little bit darker. But here I'm trying to get feedback from you guys, how much you want to spend on that corner. The last couple of years our budget was 6,500, and that's why it seemed a little dark. Because the sleigh was a major portion of that, and that wasn't lit, so people couldn't see that at night, so that's why we're taking that away. But here I'm just,
how expensive that is.
It's ridiculous.
it's very expensive, as we're all finding out, and a couple of past members of here decided to go out and help me get this information, and they realized just how expensive it
And
is.
that doesn't include the lights on this building.
Yes, no,
That's totally separate.
And there's also a Christmas tree that goes up here, but that's when we own.
We own the
we
Christmas
own the
tree.
tree that BCDC purchased it a couple years ago, special events committee is in charge of that. They put that up, they do the entire tree lighting event, and they also pay for the storage of that. That's
We
what-
may be cutting it close here as far as running out of time, planning and everything, but this is something we can get multiple bids from different contractors, or is this?
In future years, we have tried for the last 6 to 8 months, reaching out to people, and we have found that we're too small for a lot of companies, they don't wanna deal with us. And then we were also debating back and forth, purchasing or leasing, we don't have a place to store it.
Well, I would say at this point, we just need to go ahead and get who we've been working with, because it's just so, like you said, it's late in the game, it's October. We need to
Yeah, no, we've been talking about this
For months,
for months. and-
Is.
trying to get bids too,
Yeah.
and nobody wants to bid it, we're too small.
Okay.
But that's okay.
That's insane.
The Christmas store in Arlington, they've got a lighting company that, they do things at wholesale. Like something we look at in future years, but, I think this might be as a resident and somebody who personally sends out Christmas cards with my family. I would love a little place in Bartonville that's iconic, that we can snap a picture and utilize the town to share and send with people, so. Suggestions as you go through that process to see it more of a. An experience, at least a place where people can stop and take a picture if the traffic is.
I was gonna say, we've talked about that, why we had the sleigh, we wanted to use it as a picture option. Traffic over there, and I'm sure Chief Rose can attest to this,
There's
it's
no-
not the best place.
Yeah.
The tree lighting event, please come, we're gonna have photo ops, all that kind of stuff. But over there, unfortunately, it's just not the safest place, there's no sidewalks or that much, so it's very one of those. Lighting only kind of things to
Right.
stay safe.
But if you do want to, you could go down, Green Oak and park down there.
Down the street.
You, down your street, you can, and it is a big driveway. Yeah, it is a very new. Yeah. But I agree, it's.
I have an idea, real quick one, and I don't know how, it's just a what if kind of situation. Perhaps. We were to speak with the company that does our tree. They get a lot of publicity in that particular project, and that's one of the bigger projects, and there might be an opportunity that they might do something very nice for the town park. So I don't know, I haven't, that's just. Top of my head, so.
Right. Do that, and then if you could reach out to your.
Yeah.
We're trying to get it late, so if we could kind of get it. Not to exceed amount tonight from you guys, and we can move forward with that project, and then obviously. Next year, we'll start talking about this in the summer, especially during budget and whatnot, and then hopefully next
We
year.
have a record of previous years' budgets, what those have looked like for this.
6,500 for the last 2 years, and before that is 11.
Okay.
11,500 around there.
And these are the same people that did last year's.
Yes, they've used it since I've been here, and they were doing it for multiple years before that.
And they're gonna remove the sleigh, put in some extra lighting and increase it, or have you discussed with you yet, but what's gonna cost specifically?
That's what I'm trying to get from you, because they said that, if they wanted to put the, lights around the tree behind the monument,
I think
that
that's
was gonna be
great.
$1,750.
That's not,
They wanted to sell us a tree, but we already have a tree, so we're not gonna do that.
and the lighting in the tree, the LEDs basically going throughout the branches through dimensional, or is it gonna be uplighting or downlighting? Do we
I
know?
don't think we know yet.
I would say we let Jan, make her connections, somebody who's already been in Bartonville.
No, I mean,
And we focus on setting a budget for it. So. Whether it's leasing or not, I mean, I
It
think we
will
need
be
more
easy
information.
because we do not have storage. We
Yeah.
have our storage building out there, but, we do pay an absorbent amount of money to store the Christmas tree.
So can I ask you, I know that you said to use that money for a couple other projects. Can I ask what, like about what those projects, and how much money you would need, or how much money you think you have?
It is $1,200 per page. So we paid $1,200, and that's what last year's was, so I'm not sure if he's increased it this year.
Well, we just did the we haven't talked, y'all don't know about the magazine yet, but we just did the magazine, so I agree, I don't think we need to do the newspaper this year, because we just did we're about to release the magazine.
And we'll get more into that in the marketing magazine item. As
Essentially, we
agendas,
could
we're
use-
not allowed to talk about other items.
Sure. Essentially, we could use part of this budget to pay for a storage unit.
Yeah,
Lease, so.
we don't have big enough, we've looked at that, we don't have big enough budget.
And I believe you wanted climate control because you're concerned about roads, so.
Yes, because they can eat the electricity and then our tree would work.
I know a lot of companies, and again, depending on the scale and the size, will store it. You can purchase it, own it, and they will store it on behalf, so. that could be
Yeah, he told me if we wanted to buy the tree, that he would charge us $5,000 to store it, put it and take down. We're paying about 1,300 left It's a little bit cheaper than that, so,
I think it's time possibly for a new company. That sounds like,
or using public storage,
right.
one of those, yes.
Well, I had a thought too, this is next year, I work with a company called Winter Grid, and they're out of Florida. Wholesale. They've got incredible items. There might be an opportunity to purchase X amount, if we get volunteers to put things up, and I'd be happy to pitch in, this is stuff that I know how to do. We may not be able to store it, but it's gonna cost so much less, and you could actually donate it to Habitat for Humanity or something. And it probably costs, I'm guessing, based on what you're doing, probably less than $6,000.
That's definitely something we need to look into.
Just a thought. But I love the Jan's idea, if there's any way, because they love you already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the total budget earmarked for this project and the two,
Well, we're not, sounds like we're not gonna do the.
Yeah, it's 14,000 we have for this year. We can't really go over that because we're coming down to, we're only allowed to use 10% of our budget for marketing by state statute. So, and based on, we're just spent 9,000 on a marketing magazine, we really don't want to put another 4 this year. So we have up to $14,000 that we can spend on the lighting this year.
I would like to make a proposal for 12,000 for that budget, which leaves us. The emergency fund, so to speak.
We have emergency funds.
Okay, you
Yeah.
have a, do you want to share their total?
Well, we're gonna go over the budget.
That is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
Thank you.
we're down. I think we'll be okay, I make a proposal that we increase the budget for this year only for the Christmas lighting for 14,000 and give staff, the liberty to talk with the vendors and go ahead and get it set up since it's so late in the day.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? And then next year, yeah, we'll have time to talk to her person, and you're gonna help us with storage, something? No?
No, I was just suggesting.
Oh, okay.
Storage or something. But I still
Yeah.
think we may have time this year, I think, for Jan to decide
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
answer.
Well, we can definitely reach out for that. So probably this year it would be your contact and then the contact that we had and see what we can get for our money and get the biggest bang.
Sounds like a plan, thank you, Gina. All right, next up is discuss and consider potential economic development projects.
Madam Chair, Directors, last meeting, we had brought up that if you look at the downtown, you have the silo and some other areas that are a little bit more, we have fences that were falling down. There's some other issues going on with the foundation under that, because what it does, it stores like water, we have a well there, some other different mechanical things, so that's what it's actually covering up. So what the idea was, because that is one of our main entrances, along with you have Jeter and 407, but you also have downtown. So what we were proposing or proposed is spending some money to redesign, get some pricing to make that look newer and more functional when it comes to operations. So that's just something I wanted to throw out there. It was discussed last meeting and just want to get y'all's input, what y'all think we should do, cost, how do you want to go about going forward on this project.
And may I add just something? Just a couple of years ago, we spent 40 or 50,000 improving that corner with the landscaping and everything, so obviously we want to keep that up and like Chief said.
But we also learned in that project, so y'all been there a while, you notice that there was trees, and then all the trees died. The reason for that is there's asphalt under all that dirt. And we can't dig through that asphalt. We looked at, is that possible?
What order is this?
Old
And the
Town.
horses are also.
Different.
Yes, when they changed the road setting,
Yes, there's
they
concrete.
didn't dig up the asphalt, so they asked. Burn.
Yeah.
That's just.
But just
It's gonna take
around,
us forever to figure out why our trees get dying, but yeah, that's why the trees keep dying, because there's still asphalt under that dirt. And they say it's like, about 2.5, 3 feet.
It depends, some places it's only inches, and
Yeah.
it goes down in a couple other places, there's a couple of feet, but no, it's.
It sounds like the long-term solution is to have trees there and make that better. We're gonna have to plan in a budget at some point to rip that asphalt out and just.
So,
Yeah,
Either
Okay,
that
yeah.
or actually decide we're gonna have to go for shrubbery kind of things that don't have to keep roots.
Right. And that's what our landscaper came out with, they tried to do the zero scaping, you know, drought resistant and whatnot, but. That is our problem over there with the asphalt.
what they've done so far with the knockout roses, and some of the other. More xeriscape plants and surrounding things looks really good, and it seems to be holding up.
That looks good, I just, the other question was, you know, like I said, we have some issues with where that silo's at. The backfill that's gonna have to be redone, and then just either keep that. You know, refurbish it.
I love
Yeah, and I agree, I think it has a good look, but the fence fell down and there's some issues with that, it just started. I mean, the irrigation system, we just put in a brand new, controller that was, it's sealed now, ants can't get in it. With that tamper resistant, but then there's just some other things going on that just, you know, we can budget for those kind of things, but we just need to get what y'all want to do.
Can I ask a question? And this is maybe not, so I walk, that's where I walk every morning. At 6 o'clock to 5:30, 6:30, depending on time. And when you look over that thing, it is like a swamp over there. I mean, it's like a scary swamp.
yeah, our well leaks sometimes. I would actually like to see two things. I would like to see a proposal, because we're gonna keep having the same problems. And I would like to see a proposal of what would it really cost to bulldoze that thing down to the asphalt, get the asphalt out and redo it right, because the asphalt is also causing some of our drainage issues. If I remember that far enough.
Won't make sense that why can't.
Yeah, why keep throwing money after problems that we're not really
To
fixing?
get the state to help us, because that road, I mean, the way they did it.
You know, I think now this is my get, more than likely they moved it now, TxDOT takes 407, that is currently a city roadway that we have to maintain, so I don't, and.
The
I'm not
first
saying we
was always
can't.
a text dot roadway.
Yeah, I mean, we could, now when we start getting TxDOT involved.
That's
Yeah.
My history in Rockwall and other places,
Yeah, move real quick.
you're gonna maybe see this, and
That's true.
it'll take a while.
Yeah,
I was just curious.
No, yeah,
but I would like to see, at least some kind of estimate. Of what would it really cost to bulldoze that, get the asphalt down. Correctly fix the drainage concerns over there. So that we could plant trees, do whatever, and not keep having these issues, because the drainage issue is causing the foundation issue under the silo. And then also, and then the second thing is. Just proposals of what you wanna do, so that we can then say, okay, we can budget this much, or we. You know, can't budget this, you know, we're not gonna be able to do this, whatever. So,
And I think with so many of us being new and not really knowing what the budget that we have to work with, I think maybe if we start off with. Getting through our budget and what that, you know, like our particular committee here has to work with.
yeah,
And then I'm open to fixing stuff that needs to get fixed. Certainly, I just wanna make sure that we understand everything before just, hey, we've been here 41 minutes into the job and we're spending the town's money. You know, I don't think that's responsible of us yet to do. I also don't wanna hold this up if it's something urgent, so.
and this isn't our, this is just brought up by, ex-chair, Randy, Van Alstine, because it looks weathered. And the goal here is to make it look polished, it's an entrance. I mean, and those are the kind of things that they discussed it last.
Okay.
but we've already spent a lot of money in that corner
Yeah.
without really addressing the true problem. And I think it might be smarter to address the true problem
Right.
and quit throwing stupid money
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
trying to fix it.
And I'm gonna add on to what Chief Rick said, this is not an urgency, and we'll go over the budget, and I'm gonna email you guys the approved budget. I'll send that to you tomorrow. That way you can see it. But we just. There are some places that we need to improve on, and we're bringing those up to the board, so we can start looking at them and really going through and getting some information and. Like everybody's saying, everybody wants to fix it correctly.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
I just want to be informed, you know, you need to look at all the options.
All right, well, thank you for bringing that up to us.
And the other, since we were talking about this, there's some other locations I think you can look at while we're doing this, if you. Like to look at these things, it's totally, like I said, up to the board. McMakin and Jeter, I'm sorry, 407 and Jeter. If you look down in that, you can probably do some really nice landscape. I don't know if y'all have driven around like Hudson Hills and some really pretty homes up there that had to do some, this is one of them up there, this is at, just for an example, these are examples only, just give you a visual. I'm not a landscape designer at all. But this one's Kentucky Derby and Brian, but he did some really good landscaping, and it also will help with we're talking about drainage and irrigation and not things sitting to
People driving around over that.
yeah, right there, if you make the turn. So it's real, there's plenty of area to do these things, we can get pricing, but there, I think it will also be the entrance, you could even do a sign if you want to, either like our, Bartonville sign, town of Bartonville, but these are just ideas, because, this is a beautiful town and everyone takes pride in it. And when we have these different locations that, you see the other towns making them pretty, why not do that for the town of Bartonville? And then the other thing that I wanted to bring up on 407, it is text dot, so they mow the grass. If you'll notice in this picture, now I'm not a good photographer either, it's just dead grass. And if you go to the intersection of Lantana Trail and they have that zero landscaping stuff with yuccas or whatever, I mean, we could do different designs, but I'm just thinking, if y'all wanna do these kind of projects, and like, this is just below, this is not anything that needs to be done now.
Right.
And like you say, these are just. No, that text dot does that, no, right now, we don't have to maintain anything, because we don't even have a Parks and Recs, we're Parks and Recs, if you don't, we go out there, cut things down and we eat, so. This is text dot, I'm just saying, if you wanted to. While you're looking at this big, 5-year project, 10-year project. So just, when they brought this up, I started thinking about different things we could do for the town.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why not? Other places I've worked, I don't know how many millions of dollars Farmers Grant spent on just flowers.
Right.
But they have huge parks and rec, you got 50 employees. So we're a small town, but we do have some money, they'll get into the finances, but just ideas. And you guys are the ones that give staff direction. But when this came up, I said, well, what about
Yeah.
looking at some other things?
So if we were to do that, would TxDOT still be responsible for maintaining whatever we put there? Or once we
Nope.
jump in, it's us?
Yep.
It's us, cause
They'll be
right
like,
now,
"Here you go."
yeah, cause their landscape, Evergreen does the town hall and they do downtown.
Okay.
So if the board decided to do anything, even like the one that say do Jeter and whatever, you may not want to do any flowers, but they still will mow it, maintain it. Mulch.
Now, on 407, they have, I think it looks nice, they have like the called primo trees or something, they're just kind of the bushy, kind of very natural, kind of drought and, breeze. They always look good, so. And I think it's down 407, but I actually took a picture of those and told my landscaper, I'm like, I want a couple of these, because these always look like they're good.
Are you talking about the chase trees that have the purple flowers? on them?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
That's probably Lantana Trail.
yeah,
That's
so
That's
Lantana,
Lantana, yes.
their HOA pays
Yes,
for
yes.
all of those medians. Their HOA maintains those.
I'm not even convinced that there's a water supplement.
That's where I was thinking.
Because I don't think there
See,
is.
I think Lantana has those watered.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and see if.
Well, we have to water all the time here.
Yeah.
But those medians have no water run.
No.
You have to run irrigation, I mean, it's a big project, I'm not saying it's a little project, I'm not gonna say it's inexpensive, these are just
Some of us
ideas.
should definitely explore it.
Yeah, just kind of think about.
How many medians are ours that just look like text dot dead grass? Isn't there 2 or 3?
There's several, if you go all the way past, we go all the way to past around, the Tractor Supply. 1830s where that goes into Argyle, so we have quite a big stretch, some are just concrete, you know, obviously the grass. But those are, I mean, that would be a huge project.
And you'll have to get into line of sight issues with certain.
There's a lot of different things out there that we gotta think about, I mean, I can look at different things with TxDOT to see if they do have anything, I mean, I'm not opposed to that, I just want y'all know, we do anything with TxDOT, and that's fine, it could be a 5-year project, 10-year project, but.
20.
Yeah, but anyway, those are just things I wanted to bring it to y'all's attention, just with the.
No, those are good ideas.
Well, then, you know, we do it nicely, we can start incorporating every year, adding on to our Christmas displays, incorporating intentional design into those types of things, right? Especially if we own it, we can add on. Add on to it, if we have a budget annually for it, so. I think everything sort of ties together, I would love to see that driving, you know, coming home or visiting Bartonville, have it be a special place for people, small town, we can drive through, and it just. As soon as you pass that line, it feels like Barton. So I agree, I definitely think that would be pretty
The
good.
comment about that feels like art in that it's really hard to discern difference between in the boundaries between Bartonville, Lantana, Argyle, Double Oak. There was some way system-wide, graphically, colors, materials, whatever, that would say, this is Bartonville, you're here now, whether it's, I don't know what it would be.
I have a great idea, you just didn't think of it, so Louisville street signs are green, bottom mounts are blue, just having brown.
And just some kind of thing.
Double Oak signs are blue, Argyles are black.
Really?
And we're starting to put our logo when we have to order new signs,
Ours is
we're
green.
putting our logo.
Okay.
So what if we
I
change
love the
our
logo.
street signs?
Yeah.
Colors to make it clear, okay, that side of, is it, no, Kings Road? No, what is that road?
Less, Kings.
Yeah, but when you got Double Oak on one side and Bartonville on the other side, does that make it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, you got Thorn.
I was
Thorn
trying to
Hill
go
and
the
then
S
Derrick.
word, trying to.
Yeah, it's right.
Let's get across,
For me, it's-
you got blue and then you have green.
Yeah, go down just past our street and it's Fireman.
Right,
Yeah.
It's unincorporated.
And those are brown,
yes.
so what if we had a different colored street sign?
I'm not sure if this board could pay for street signs, so I don't mind asking the attorney and bring that back to you, but let's not get excited about something that we can't pay for, because.
And that would
It's
be
not
very
the tax budget.
expensive.
Oh, then never mind.
Well, not saying that now you don't have to do it throughout the town,
Yeah.
but you could do it. And we bring that up and just, I hate going back to places I work, but those are my experiences. Farmers Branch had blue, I mean, red,
Red,
and you know, when you came from Farmers Branch, which they wanted to keep it Farmers Branch, trust me. And you got big old signs now, and so it was red, and then Dallas was, green,
But
but
these going
anyway.
through historic neighborhoods, right, with the signs.
Yes,
Have a
yeah.
little bit something different that says, welcome to the
Yeah.
historic.
Sure, just a little sign posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are expensive things, I mean, just a sign like that, entering Barton, there's all kinds of different
we can,
things. you
yeah,
can
that's
do.
something we can be thinking about.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna propose it to the attorney to, pay for the new street signs to designate town limits, to designate Bartonville to distinguish us.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, getting back to the landscaping, you know, I think we're all certainly open to exploring the budget on that. We should make sure, unlike the asphalt underneath. Downtown Bartonville, we wanna make sure that whatever we do is gonna last, and it's not something. That's not continuously fixed and adjusted.
I was sitting here going, I don't want to, so that's okay. All right, can we move on to, yes, ma'am?
I do have one more, question, I'm meaning to say this. Earlier, he was speaking about, the landscape over by 407 and Jeter. Were you thinking also, or am I on the wrong page, that there's that great big, okay, so, I mean, there's a mallard and a drake trying to live there, that's gotta be at least 2 feet deep.
It's same kind of thing that we're talking about over, that's downtown. These are things that you look at drainage issues and it just will make it more, number one, it should, I'm not an engineer. But our engineer could look at and say, how do we make this drain better and prevent erosion? Cause that hurts the roadways. So if you fix the drainage, it's gonna help our roadways. As y'all know, we just did a huge project on East Jeter. And those are the number one priorities actually that we were putting in the town this year, that have several projects for roads. But yes, ma'am, that will be the goal. And if that's what y'all want me to look into, staff, I'll be more than happy to look at some things, get some proposals, bring you back some ideas, as cheap as possible.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, cheap but quality.
Sure.
Effective.
Yes,
Yeah,
Better make us.
yes.
But if some smaller car gets caught in that, it's gonna be a mess, it's gotta be 2 feet deep by now.
Well, they should stay on the roof. It's not a driving area, it's not a parking space, so roadway is the best way.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, Shannon, are you gonna give us an update on our marketing magazine?
Yes, ma'am. Just to give you guys a brief summary of a couple of years ago, and I think you get multiple times, but it was a marketing magazine that was mailed out to all the residents. And then it also, we bought extras to put at the businesses. But this year, BCDC, went out to all of the, businesses and offered a free quarter-page ad in this magazine. And so, unfortunately, we have around 99 businesses, but we only had, I think, 27, 29 that said, yes, please.
It was free,
It was free.
it was free.
I didn't get that.
If it was, we were looking for, brick and mortar business.
No, I
Yeah, brick and mortar, but there's still.
But I still didn't hear about is, I guess more my point, not for me as a business owner, but more from, how are we notifying?
Our
people?
directors actually went out and either called you or they went to the different town centers.
I'm gonna talk to the owners.
Okay.
It was free,
Why we
The pushback was.
have 100%?
do not have any.
We were very surprised. One of the past directors said, can't we just put them in there? And unfortunately, we can't, don't want to get sued, there's legal ramifications. But also in there, it has information on the community, school district, school boundaries, town staff, it's got the pictures of staff in there, we've got.
Town boundaries.
Yes, officials and things like that.
Did we commit to this before we actually talked to the business owners and see if this was something they wanted to do, or did we just do it and assume that they would all want to?
We were basically refreshing the old magazine, and this time with the new magazine, we were inviting businesses to advertise in the magazine.
And so that has been at the printers, they sent us a proof and we're going through that and we're gonna send them our edits tomorrow, so hopefully this will be printed and mailed out. To everybody by the end of the month.
Awesome.
But it's full now? Or is there a way to put it on pause and try to make a second round to these businesses?
Oh, no.
Sure.
We have been working on this for about 16 months.
Yeah, oh no, that's enough, or no.
I mean, that just baffles me that people wouldn't want free advertising.
It baffled us as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was a shock.
and we are very grateful for Shannon and to fill in all of our empty spaces that we just knew that businesses would take free ads with their creative writing supplies. So thank you so much. Wow, and pictures, finding pictures.
Yeah,
of our-
so there's gonna be a lot of our pictures and things like that, possibly. And if. I would say I wouldn't even attempt this for another 5 years just because of the.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It was a lot, but that's why we were thinking, earlier agenda item, not to put the 1-page ad of what businesses we have because. Obviously, they didn't wanna take advantage of an ad. And then this way we can bring in the lighting and do something else this year, just because the magazine's coming out during the holiday time.
I think that's wise.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's fair.
You know, it was another 4,000 and we spent close to probably 11 with the magazine and the postage and stuff like that, so. To say
It
that.
still isn't bad for what we did.
No, it's not.
Still can't believe.
But we're still trying to be cost effective and trying to, but that was one of the reasons. One of the ways that this board wanted to support our local businesses, or our current businesses. We only have one commercial lot left, and Bartonville and the council vision is which comes down to the boards is keep Bartonville country. And listening to all of you with your introductions, I think you all feel that same way, because that's why you came here.
Yep.
So we try to, instead of bringing in businesses, since we can't, we only have one lot, we help them. And this is one of the ways, the biggest ways that we thought this past year to help them is to put their ad in the magazine.
Yes,
Is this the type of meeting that we could utilize to start inviting more businesses to come attend these on a regular basis, or should we?
they don't want to.
We had a subcommittee of this that would actually go out and meet with businesses. And then they don't, and then a lot of times they come to us when they want funding, and there's a funding guideline that we have on the website. They can come and do a proposal. And that's where most of your, we call them grants, that we give out to those businesses, and that's another way. And we publicize that as well.
You know, but if there's other ideas y'all want to, I mean, obviously, just because it won't work before, it may work again, I don't know, I mean, I know you guys have been doing this.
Oh, I'll let them try.
No, I'm just saying, it's, you know, as you can tell, they're very, it's sort of one of those things, like, you know, with it, but. You know, we don't wanna sound that, but it was really not received as well, everyone was shocked.
We were shocked.
You're like, everybody's, oh, they're gonna do it, so, but that doesn't mean if y'all have different ideas, please, you know. That creative mind may bring something different, you know, you may be able to reach out to somebody and get, cause it's all about communication. Getting out there, letting them know who we are, what you are, what we wanna do, with keeping that, keep our own country, we don't have any more. Commercial, other than that one, lot.
And it's the lot between Waterburger and Braves Plus. They're developing the other one, Braves Plus and Waterburger.
So some of the land by Lantana is in Bartonville. And the Kroger parking lot is in Bartonville, but we don't get all of those sales tax. Monies for another 90 years,
Nice.
something like that. Well, because we had a genius mayor way back when, and I'll tell you about it later.
And we have a 380 agreement is what it's called. And for developers to come in, this is what a 380 agreement is for, because for you want to give an incentive to a developer. And they're gonna come in and build, but they want something back. So this particular agreement. They get 50% back on property taxes that are paid on those areas that are within the Kroger and across the street, the whole Lantana Town Center. And they also get 75% of the sales tax generated. The town gets to keep the first 50,000. And then they get 75% back until I think 2027, and that goes down to 50. But that entire agreement was originally signed for 99 years, and we just went into that in the mid-teens, so we still have.
Genius, well, I know what genius on that.
Yep.
And we've had attorneys thoroughly look at these documents to see if there's loopholes, ways out of this.
Yes, and there's no, that's just, it's really how hungry your town is to bring in development. I've been in other cities, we've done this, and some have been good, some have been not so good.
Just go research the how Lantana was involved. Okay, well, let's get an update on our financial.
I just have a
Oh,
real
I'm
quick
sorry.
question. Is there a list somewhere of you said 99 different businesses in Martinville? Did I hear that?
Yeah, that's what we found, yes, and that's the brick and mortar, obviously, there's no way for us to track. The home businesses, we don't do COs or anything like that, but we went through our CO list.
Is there a way to, right, if you can get a copy of that, I'm just curious about it. Is that, I can't, you said
Yeah,
99 businesses.
Yeah, we had a spreadsheet.
Those phone calls, the numbers?
We'd all like to have a copy.
Yeah.
If, just to let you know, if one of you requests something, then kind of.
The entire bargain's at that. Oh, and I don't know if y'all taken the training, I can talk about that, it's not anything. But
There is an email that they need to do open meetings and public information act.
yeah, I think
Yes. But, once we get the file, and we're sitting it to print, we will send you an electronic copy of the magazine, so you can look at that.
Awesome. Thank you
It's
very much
looking
for all your
really
help
good.
getting that across the finish line. It was a bear.
Absolutely, it sounds like that was a, yeah, a big project, so.
Just real quick before we go on to the next agenda item. We've told you how small we are and we do a lot for you and we want to do a lot for you, but this is also a working board. So if you want to volunteer, like you had contacts, wanted to reach out, please,
It helps us.
yes.
We kind of have to, because there's only two of them that already wear a lot of hats. Yes.
No, we appreciate everything that you do for us and no, we're not shy to do work that we do. And ideas, please share your ideas. This has been a very encouraging meeting, listening to all the different ideas.
It has.
I think we all want to see Barnville continue to flourish and we all make the charm and, you know, make this great for years to come, while being fiscally, financially responsible. And also avoiding blunders like 99-year
Yes.
deals that don't benefit the town. So, and that obviously we have a small say, we're not on the main council, but you know, certainly that is my hope and vision for things.
Well, you know, as a resident, you have every right to come to a council meeting and speak on any agenda item, and even if it's not an agenda item at the beginning, just like we had here, we have presentations. And I'm gonna let you know, council does listen.
Yeah,
They take
every
everything.
other meetings, his voice.
Yes, so no, please, we welcome that, that's what we are here, they're here to represent what you want. Just like you guys are here to represent the businesses.
And if you don't tell them what you want, they don't know. All right, you wanna give us a financial report?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, in your packet, on page 8 of your packet, if you wanna, I'm sorry, the Chromebook's in front of you, you have an electronic copy of the packet, if you just open it up, the packet should. Sherry actually does a really great job in getting everything done with the meeting.
And on the left side, you just click on that item, we'll take it straight to the.
Let me see if she put it on the,
Right.
sometimes she puts it on this one too. And she is,
Yeah.
she's a wonderful
Pull it
one.
up.
Let me go.
Page 8.
Thank you, yes, page 8. And every time we meet, we will have an update on your financials and it's open information, but I do want to start out, I'm gonna close this to make it bigger. As of today, is everybody on it? And you also have it on the screens.
And Director Carlson, just so you know, in my career, anytime we do anything and as a cop or whatever, it's a need, not a want. So what we bring to you, we're gonna bring you the need and the best price. Cause I'm 100%. We need to watch our money. I'm probably tired with the city's money than my own money. But
Thank you.
anyway, I just wanna rest assured, because if we are gonna be fiscally responsible, we're gonna make sure we bring you one, and the council is the same way. Every one of our budget meetings, every one of our council meetings, you'll go through all this and please ask questions, because obviously new to the board and we want to make sure you're comfortable with what we're giving you. Cause just boards that just go, okay, ask questions, that's what we're here for. And trust me, we want to educate you and let you know what's going on. You know, our chair, she has a lot of history, obviously, and y'all are new, and we'll give you what we can and just get you up to speed. And some things we can't talk about here, but afterwards, if we need to talk about something offline, we can.
Thank you.
As of today, your bank balance for, if you have a separate fund, so you have a separate bank account. And that's where your monthly sales tax goes in, and that's the only thing that you get in there is you get your sales tax percentage from most of all the businesses except over a month, yeah. You get a portion of that after the 99 agreement, the 380 agreement. But that area does not fund our CCPD at all. But you get the percentage and then you get your bank interest from those, and then there's also the sales tax. You have the sales tax from the goods and services, but there's also a mixed beverage sales tax that we get from the businesses that serve alcohol. So today your bank balance is $689,217. And I'll go over, and I'm also gonna send you the budget that was just approved, I mentioned that earlier, but this year. You're looking at the ending of September 30th, so you've seen last fiscal year. And the first column is current month expenses and revenues. And the first page is total revenue, so you received $7,770 in sales tax for the month of September. Which means those are 2 months in arrears, so that's actually from the sales 2 months ago, so that was July. And then you received $2,648 of on the interest for your bank account. And those are your main sources of revenue for this quarter. So for the total month, you received $10,419.56 for revenues. That's what that line is. And then you have your year to date, the next one, and then our current budget year in the third column. So we budgeted for last year $120,000 in sales tax. We were right on the money because at the end of the year, we received $120,809.70. So really good budgeting on that.
Good job.
And then we went over a little bit, going down on interest earned, and I'm not gonna, if you want me to, I can continue going down this way if you have questions, but. Please, I'm just trying to inform you tonight, give you a little bit of background. For interest, we budgeted 25, we brought in 27,400. So we did really good. And then, so that, and then transfers ins and transfers out. And I'll go over that for the budget, because we're not supposed to, but I'm gonna give you a little highlight of the budget once I get done with the financials for last month, and I'm gonna give you an overview of our budget starting October 1. So for total revenue for the month, we were, like I said, we received the $10,400 almost $20. For the year, we received $148,278. There's a little chance we were supposed to use fund balance when our revenues and expenses don't match. We bring in some fund balance from our bank account to do that over. This year, we didn't have to do that, so that's why there is a split between the 173 for the year, and we only received 148,000. We didn't have to use that fund money. The next page is where you start your expenses. And this month, we spent the main one, we spent $96 on legal. We have a question, we send them. But the marketing was $13,597.50. That includes the, we paid half of the marketing magazine a couple months ago. We wanted to finish it out in fiscal year 25, so we had to pay it in September. So that was the remainder, and then in June or July, July meeting, we, the board approved the Bartonville store and Marty B's came in for a request for marketing funds. So they went out to do 6 months of ads in those local magazines that you get by zip code and things like that. And we budgeted 9,000, but they actually came back, they got a better deal, and only paid them 8,700, $300 less. But that's another way they came in for the grants, and the board approved it, and then council approved that. So that's what the $13,597 was. Finish up the marketing magazine, and then we paid out that grant to the Bartonville store and Marty B's. And then postage is $730. That's the postage for the magazine. And then under maintenance, we spent $4,187. That is our mowing, and our mowing is less than about $800 a month. That's within the Old Town, the irrigation and whatnot. But this is where we purchased the tamper resistant irrigation. We had a lot of issues. They turn off the well water, and we have to spend money for watering that area. So that went up, and then we landscaping.
So someone would go in there and turn it off?
Yep. And they'd switch it to the other one. So we tried different things, but we finally had to go with the tamper resistant. So they can't switch it to the other one. They can't turn it off. They can't turn it on.
And one of the other things that, is that you had ants getting up in there, and just like here, you had wires, we're gonna have to replace this one, so not only is it tamper resistant. Critters can't get in there, and, lost and damaged the infrastructure, so, and it was, it's a couple $1,000. It was a couple, it wasn't cheap, however, it was old, and it was just one of those things that, because we'd get a water bill for,
That's how we do it in Switch or
yes,
Brook.
because the water bill was.
Yeah, $1 a month, we were getting ones that were 900,000,
Oh my gosh.
so.
And so far, so good, I mean,
Yes, we're doing fine, yes.
Yeah, this was a lot, we've done multiple steps, we've switched it out that you can't switch between well water and water. A couple months ago, and then we had, we've just doing everything we can, and this was the last thing with the wires and the tamper and the critter resistance, we had to do that to protect our.
yeah, absolutely.
So, for the month, we spent $18,611. Year-to-date expenses, we spent 60. We, as we talked about earlier, we funded $100,000 for people to come in and get grants. We received no grant requests except for the marketing request that we received 2 months ago. None of the businesses, and that's where we put that out there. Word of mouth, the ones we had before, it's on the website that they can go to, we've talked to people when they call, we tell them about it, and
Can you talk about the red tape that it would take for somebody to apply and actually get through the process?
an 8-page. Request. Come and, do a presentation. That's all they have to do.
And are they presenting to?
They're presenting to this board, and then once you approve it. Council has to approve it, but council will not usually go against the board. That's just the way the state statute is. You set your budget, you set your funding, council just has to say yes.
And this wasn't just for marketing, but this was for.
This is for, in the past,
It can be for marketing, it can be for training, it can be for,
Marty B's came in and got his for his.
Yeah. we have helped Marty B's put up his new roof for his outdoor covered area, the mural at the end of the Bartonville store. We paid for that, we paid for the lighting on the outside of the Bartonville store for the mural.
So we have 2 businesses out of 99 that are taking advantage of.
We had a couple small ones over in the Bartonville, town center that did that, Cairo, a couple.
Yeah, we helped the Cairo guy
Luminous Med Spa.
with some marketing stuff. Mhm.
And then usually what they have to do, depending on what they're requesting it for, like for the roof. They just had to show us the receipts, and then, of course, the business expanded, because they're expanding up there. The other ones, when they want money, they send us their quarterly. Because we wanna make sure that they're maintaining their business and maintaining staffing levels. And so they just quarterly give us their tax, we'll likely send it on to the IRS. So it's a very simple process, we're not trying to,
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, that's what you guys are here for.
Yeah.
In my past, I don't think you would ever say no.
Oh, we have.
I have you over here.
She's got.
She has a lot more to say, yes.
We're newbies too, well, you're not,
We have. All right, let's move down to future items. I had one future item, and I would like for us to have a. One of our next meetings to be specifically future planning. Talk about all the different, future planning items. That, we want to include in future budgets. So that we can start planning for.
Such as like holiday lighting, what we talked about tonight, maybe.
Yep.
Okay.
Consider potential economic development projects, holiday lighting. Anybody have any other ideas?
Seasonal things.
Seasonal things that we can do to. For the town.
Just a little, so that I'm a parliamentarian at meetings when the attorney's not here. Future agenda items is for you to tell us what you wanna put on an agenda and explain it, just like Director Latham did. We can't get into a lot of detail about those at this time. We are very specific, and once you watch your training, you'll understand under open meetings. we have to make sure everything's been agendized, so that people, when they look at the agendas, they relatively know what's coming up with me.
I guess I never realized that, but that is amazing, because that's why I've attended certain town meetings, because I knew there was agendas that ever affected me.
Yeah, they can't talk about, you can't talk about anything that's not on the agenda. So if you wanna talk about it, you gotta put it on the agenda.
Recent effect, this meeting is now moved to 4 times a year.
Yes, unless we need to have a special meeting. The bylaws for this board state that you have to meet at least 4 times a year. And as we've discussed throughout this, we are not getting requests for funding and things like that. And we value your time and we know how important your time is. We don't want to have a meeting to have a meeting to like look at minutes. We want to have a meeting that's very productive, like tonight's been really great.
Yeah, over 18 minutes.
Yeah, they usually run it out. I'm sorry, it's one of those with new people.
So
But
it's
no,
introductions.
it's-
Yeah,
it's-
probably.
What I wrote down.
I was the most long, yeah.
But no, it's very important that we know what you want to put on here so that we got those, and we will put those on the next one. But if somebody requests funding, I will reaching out to all of you to see if you want to do a special meeting or make them wait. Obviously, that's what we're here for.
Okay, so
But no.
that's something.
We can definitely meet more than that, but we
Yeah.
consider that week.
And
If somebody
also,
will consider
if
requests.
you want to just come and meet with us, you can meet one, you just can't have more than 3.
3 is a quorum.
You have, so if you guys
No, I'm
want
sorry.
to just get more information from Shannon or me or what's going on, or just more information on certain things, you can come talk to us. It's just when you do send something, ask something, we have to respond to everybody or blind copy because you don't want to hit all, reply to all. So there's some different open records things we have to do. And so, but if there's
So-
any, yes, y'all, all of y'all, everybody. So anyway, those are some of the things that,
I was gonna talk about after.
sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, if
Some
you,
future items you had,
Planning, a meeting specifically about this group planning for our future projects, our future budget. What do we wanna do in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, et cetera? So that we can plan for that and we're not,
certainly I would add to that to make sure that the public knows that if they have suggestions they'd like to see. That's the meeting to show up to, right?
yes,
So
we,
clear language as possible for people who do that.
yes, we post our agendas on our website. Once we post an agenda, I send it out to the notify me that people have asked for the agenda. We usually put a meeting scrolling on the front page when the next meeting comes in. We have done everything. Bartonville is not unique in the fact that you don't get a lot of participation. You'll get a lot more participation when they see something that they're against, of course. Unfortunately, so we want to hear that as well, yes.
They don't.
yeah, but they're not against us, we're the cool.
Alright, so just to be clear, this committee then will be responsible for events that are typically hosted. No.
No, that's the special events committee.
Okay.
You have the sales tax to bring heads in beds, which is the hotel. This is kind of like that. You want to
Bring more
Attract
business
businesses, attract businesses.
and help businesses flourish. and
Yes. That is our,
Increase everyone's revenue so that. towns
Yes.
more desirable.
yes. All right, does anybody have anything else? I appreciate all of y'all, and I promise not to let us go this long again. Meeting is adjourned at 7:21.
And expect the budget. And then that business spreadsheet tomorrow.
Thank you.
And what I was gonna,
I'm getting ready to turn it on.